me just say that the amendments that the manager's amendment, or that the bill and the manager's amendment seeks to make to the Patriots Act, are, in the view of Mr. Conyers, myself, and others who have worked on this, balanced amendments. They don't open up the libraries to say that Al-Qaeda can do anything it wants. All they need to do is open up a library or a bookstore, as someone just said. The manager's amendment provides a careful, narrow protection for two things. One, for the right of people to be private in what they read. It's none of anybody's business what you read. But second of all, it provides an exception to that when national security really needs it. All it says is that you're secure in the privacy of what you read in the library or in any bookseller for that matter, Walmart. But if the government can show specific, I can never remember the phrase, specific and articulable facts that are to show that what you read or what you took out from the library or whatever is relevant to an authorized investigation and is relevant to a terrorist or a suspected terrorist or agent of a foreign power, then it can get all that information. So those are the two questions. Now, obviously, if you think that it's too great a burden on the government, they ought to be able to read and know what books you read, what articles you read, what you went to on the computer, without showing specific and articulable facts why that information is relevant to an authorized investigation and why it is relevant to a suspected agent of a foreign power, which means a terrorist under the law or a suspected terrorist, then this is too restrictive for you and you shouldn't vote for it. But that's what this does. It establishes that level, and that is the highest level. There are different levels in this manager's amendment for different uses, for national security letters, for Section 215 business orders, and the highest is the one I just quoted for library information, because it should be the most protected. And what the bill does essentially is to say that the government has to make these two showings, that the information sought is relevant to an authorized investigation. It's not simply a fishing expedition, and it's relevant to a suspected terrorist or agent of a foreign power. If it can show that, it can get any of the information it wants. If it can't, in my opinion, it shouldn't be able to know what you read. But that's the question before us. It's a careful balance, and we think it's the appropriate balance. I thank you. I yield back the balance.
But the gentleman